Ciao, ai fan italiani.
That's good. Ciao, ai fan italiani.
One-upper.
Something's different. Me and my friends, something's changed. And I think it's because of me. Everything that's happened, everything that's gonna happen, it's our fault.
That's a question for both of you. What's your favorite moment of Peter and Derek in Teen Wolf?
When we're acting, we don't see it as the fans do it, like where you can watch a moment and be like, oh, there's that. When we're inside it, like, you know, working, it really becomes about, you know, Tyler and me and us hanging out. So my favorite memories are like some silly story or some dumb game that we used to play just on one particular day, but it's not really related to a specific scene. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the way we work. It's different. We're like we're it's outside.
I think some of my favorites, actually, in a terrible way, is watching him struggle. So, the struggle is not the right word. It's in pain. You in pain or just somewhat miserable. So, the very first season when you were burning to death, and you had all the full body makeup on.
Remember that?
And it was freezing outside. We were in Atlanta. It was shooting at night. Yeah, shooting at night. It's freezing cold, and he's just walking around with like leaves sticking to his head, and just an absolute mess.
Sad.
Absolute mess. That was always fun.
Do you think Peter has any regrets for his behavior in season 4, especially towards Malia, his daughter?
I don't think regret is something that Peter ever gets into. I think he justifies all of his actions. I don't think he thinks how he treated Malia is wrong. He probably had a plan for them if she was to have killed Scott or, you know, at least wounded him. And I think he's going to try to continue to behave the same. So, yeah, no regrets.
If you had to choose a dead character to interact with, which one would it be and why?
A dead character from the show?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mine would be my mom, for sure. I think, I mean, we had one scene where that's implied and that's what happened. But I think to really have, you know, even more of a conversation with her would be something that would be very good for Derek.
Probably Haley Webb, who played Jennifer Blake, right? Is that the name? Or Gideon. We never got any scenes together, but those two, like... was he not dead? Where'd he go?
We let him go.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'd still pick him. One of those two villains. That would be really cool, I think, too, for Peter to meet them. But I miss everybody too.
Kira, whatever you're doing, please stop.
I'm not doing anything. It's just happening. I want to learn how to fight.
This is all just mind-blowing.
If Peter comes back in the next part of the season, how do you think he will act? In a good way or in a bad way? I mean, will he give some alpha advice to Scott, or will he try to steal his power now that he's weak and actually without Peck?
I don't know, but I would suspect that he will try to be really, really, really nice because of how bad he was. He doesn't have any friends, he has no pack, he has really no ground to stand on at all without somebody to support him. So if he is a bad guy at that point, he's going to be completely by himself and he can't win. So I would think he would try to get back in the good graces of everyone in Beacon Hills. If
Derek was the alpha in season 5 instead of Scott, how would he face the Dread Doctors?
Yeah, I know. I feel so bad. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to say it differently than Scott. But I do think, you know, Derek was at a place when, you know, we last saw him where he was very much committed to being all in about, you know, saving and protecting anyone that needed it. And so I see him continuing down that path, and whatever support Scott would have needed, I'm sure would have been, you know, provided by Derek at that point. But again, sorry, I'm so sorry I haven't seen it.
You have to see season 5.
I have to see season 5. I know. As soon as I'm actually home. I haven't been home in like 3-4 months. Oh my goodness. So one of these days when I get home. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Natasha, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
We're gonna die down here.
No, we're not.
How can you be so sure?
Because you're not the only one I called. Get down!